So when we see the classical texts and Sangraha Granthas, Vata Vyadi Adhikarana, many yogas we come across. It can be Vata Gajankusha Rasa, Bruhat Vata Gajankusha Rasa, Mahavata Gajankusha. Similarly, we see these yogas which are very similar in their name. ನಾಮಕರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ತರ ಕೇಳುವಂತಹ ಯೋಗಾಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ. ಚಿಂತಾಮಣಿ ರಸ, ಚಿಂತಾಮಣಿ ಚತುರ್ಮುಖ ರಸ, ಬೃಹತ್ವಾದ ಚಿಂತಾಮಣಿ ರಸ, ಹೀಗೆ ಚತುರ್ಮುಖ ರಸ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ. ತ್ರೈಲೋಕ್ಯ ಚಿಂತಾಮಣಿ ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪಿಕ್ಡ್ ವಾತ ಬೃಹತ್ವಾದ ಚಿಂತಾಮಣಿ ರಸ. Why I gave you this is you must know what all names, what all yogas are mentioned, and some of these are uh, currently available also in the market in clinical practice as well. So moving on to the Brihat Vata Chintamani Rasa. Bhagatrayam Swarnabhasmam Vibhagam Rautyam Abrakam Lohat Pancha Pravalam cha Muktikam Traya Samhitam Bhasmasutam Saptakam cha Kanyarasavimarditam वल्लमात्रा वटीकार्यः विषद्भिः परियत्नतः यथा व्याध्यनुपानेन नाशयेद् रोगसङ्कुलं वातरोगं पित्तकृतं निहन्ति न अत्र चिन्तनं वृद्धोऽपि तरुणस्पर्धी कन्दर्पसमविक्रमः दृष्टिः सिद्धिफलश्चायन् वातचिन्तामणि स्त्विहा. So this is the entire quotation reference. We'll see one by one. The ingredients: Swarna Basma, Rajata Basma, Abraka Basma, Loha Basma, Pravala Basma, Mukta Basma, Bharada Basma. Usually Kajjali can be considered. In some conditions, Rasa Sindhura can be considered. So according to Siddhaushadhi Prakasha, another variation we find in the reference in the proportion, in the ratio of ingredients. So in this, we have Pravala Basma in greater quantity and Suvarna Sindhura as well, and Kasturi and Saindava included. So this is the difference. There are various, as I told you, starting various other yogas useful in Vata Vyadi. So what all are present, what all are not there, in what ratio they are present. This is a brief overview. Brihatva Chintamani Rasa Swarna Basma, 3 parts. Other yogas, these are all present in the clinical practice, pharmaceutical products available. Hence, this comparison is made. Rasa Basma, suppose if you were to see Trailokya Chintamani Rasa and Brihatvat Chintamani Rasa, what is there, what is not there, how much proportion it is there. These are all the various factors which will decide in selection of the right yoga. In Rajata, in Trailokya Chintamani Rasa, Rajata Basma is not present. Rajata Basma is present in one bhaga. In Brihatva Chintamani, it is present in 2 bhagas. Likewise, Pravala Mukta Basma, it is not present in other yogas. Whereas in Brihatva Chintamani, it is present. The proportion of Bharata also is greater. So this is the general outview. And if you were supposed to include Hiraka Basma, then Hiraka Basma combination is Trailokya Chintamani Rasa. Okay, so this is the general comparison. We'll go to the method of preparation. All the ingredients, the basmas, are all taken in the required ratio, proportions, and bhavana is done in the Khalva Yantra. Bhavana Dravya being Kumari Swarasa, bhavana for 1 yama or till the Siddhi Lakshanas, and then Vati is prepared in 1 Valla Pramana, that is approximately 375 milligram. According to the Tika, the Siddhi Prada Vyakhyana, Rasasindhura is taken first. The first Dravya being Rasasindhura, not the first among the Shloka, that is the Swarna Basma. So first Rasasindhura is taken, Mardana is done to make it fine powder, then other Basmas are added. So that is upon the Yukti of the Tikakara. Okay. So then other Basmas are added, Vati of 2 Rati is made, and then it is administered. 3 Rati, that is 1 Valla. Here the Tikakara says 3 Rati dosage would be very high dosage, high in terms of Tikshnata. Then the pills are always dried in shade and stored in Kachapatra or big glass containers or inert containers. So this is the method of preparation. Matra Anupana, the dose is 2 Rati, practically given dosage, Valla Matra Vati Karyaha, Valla is actually 375 milligram. Practically utilized dosage is 250 milligram. That is about 2 rati. Anupana yathavyadhi anupanena nashayed roga sankulam is the uh, shloka. Madhu or even generally Ushnodaka, Ushnajala, such anupanas are used clinically. Indications Vatarogam Pittakritam. Vataroga also Pittakrita or Pitta Anubandha Vataroga. Pittakritam Nihanti Na Atra Chintanam. So without doubt this is going to give the result in such Pittanubandha Vatavyadi. Vruddhopi Tarunaspardhi Kandarpasamudvikramaha. So here what it says Vruddhopi Tarunaspardhi. So even the Vruddha can you know can be equal to a tarunas in terms of enthusiasm and his stamina and fitness. So this is what the yoga will bestow to the vruddha. That is the vardhakya janita rogas. This is going to help in tackling. That is what this tatparya. Rasayana and vajikarana action will definitely be seen in with respect to this falashruti. Yaudika pariksha. How do you analyze the yoga? Gandha will be the rasayana gandha. Usually the Kalvi Rasayanas Rasaushadis will have a peculiar odor or gandha that is technically called as Rasayana Gandha. Varna would be Rakta Varna and Swada will be slightly Tikta or generally it will not be having any perceivable taste. Upayoga Vatahara Pitta Shamana as I already told and Rasayana. Contents and properties we can go through it some other time. These are all the individual you know rasa panchakas of the individual components. Paranabhasma being one of the pramuka ghataka dravya, vayasthapana, ojovardhaka, all these properties will be there. One interesting property is Shirodeshe Praruddhantu Rakta Sancharanam Kriyam. This is one of the Parashruti told for Swarnabhasma. Shirodeshe Pravidhantu Rakta Sancharanam Kriyam. So wherever there is a blockage in the Shira Pradesha, Rakta Sancharana, this Swarnabhasma is going to correct it. So if there is any, in fact, if there is any, you know, cerebral conditions like which is resulting into stroke. So there Swarnabhasma Yukta Aushadas, how it is going to act is already been suggested by the Shastrakaras. That is the idea behind this, including the Falashruti of Swarnabhasma. This we must be aware of. Okay, and then bring into practice all the yogas. Definitely we will be getting good result if applied in the right context. Other than that, as I told you, all the Rasayana Guna karmas it is going to exhibit. Chinta Shoka Bhaya Krodha Sambhuta Amaya Nashanam. Okay, Smruti Pradam. So such Rasayana Gunas this is going to give. Rasatavasma similarly, but one main difference is Prakoshtagam Vatam Ati Pravruddham. Shakashrayam Pittamalam Vivruddham. So what this is going to do is Rajatavasma specially Koshtagata Vata in the Vata Vyadis, this is going to address that. And Jatrurdva Samstamcha Kapham Malakhyam. So Jatrurdva Pradesha, which is the Kapha Pradesha, there this Rajatavasma is going to act on the Kapha. So that is the special uh, Falashruti of Rajata Abrakabhasma Kshetre Sthairyam Vitarati Kshipram Ghoram Dalayati Maharoga Samghata Bhitim Param Nirmaha Nirmahaso Cha Yunaha Dehe Shaktim Vitarati Taram Karyalasyam Harati. So what Abraka Basma is going to give to the yoga? Abraka Basma is one of the Basma, one of the Rasadravya which is having the Akasha Tattva Pradhanyata. So wherever there is uh, Akasha Mahabhuta, Vaigunya in this Sharira, Vata dosha, especially the Gati Gandhana, action is being impaired, that which we can ascribed to vata dosha. In such conditions, abraha basma is going to help to correct that. So kshipram goram dhalayati. Ghora rogas, it is going to help in addressing. Dehe shakti vitarati. So shakti, that is the motor functions, the sensation and the motor functions. Karyalasyam harati. All this, it is going to have a stimulatory action on the motor functions. This is what the idea behind this text lines. Lohabhasma. Lohabhasma शाकाश्रितं कोष्ठ समाश्रितं वापित्तं विवृद्धं तु malavidheyam. So what this again says, Lohabhasma generally it is not just limited to iron supplement. That is a very wrong notion. So Lohabhasma is very much wide in terms of its action. So Shakashritam, Koshta Samashritam. Both Shakagata and Koshta Samashrita Pitta. Pitta Vruddhantu Sa Malavideyam. So it is going to clear the excess Pitta that is accumulated in the Shaka and Koshta. Prabala Shula Nirmulanaha. So wherever there is Shula condition in the Vyadi, all that conditions we can give the Lohabhasma. Shainyam Kshinoti Dhrutam. So wherever there is Kshinavastha, that is Dhatu Kshaya, this is going to give the Dhatu Vardhana action. So similarly, all the multiple, these are all collected from various rasa granthas. So if we were to enlist, it will be a very long list. I've picked a few lines from the major granthas and listed for you here. Pravada Basma, it is having Madhura Guna along with the Kshara Guna also, which is a very rare and very useful action. Sometimes Kshara always having, Katu, Lavana, or that some, Tikshna property, whereas Ushna and Tikshna property, Kshara itself. But Pravada, it is having the Lagu, Shita, and Madhura Gunas, which is going to act very much on the Annamaha Sruto Vikaras. Visheshat Kapavatanut Raktapitta Pranashanam. This is the main Phalashruti. Bhuktabhasma, again, Jirnajvara Prashamanam, Asti Danta Vivardhanam, Shwasakasa Parikopanashanam, Asti Shotha Shamanam, Asti Shotha. So wherever there is Astigata Shotha, that is grossly translatable as the inflammatory pathologies of the Asti, that is the, muscular and uh, the entire skeletal and skeletal-muscular system, all the pathologies, wherever there is Shotha, Mukta Basma can be definitely used. Dehavirya Bala Bruddhi Vardhanam. Again, this is going to act as a Rasayana. Rasasindura. Rasasindura is one of the formulation containing Parada and Gandhaka prepared in the Kopi Pakwa method. Okay, it is a Sindura Kalpana. So this itself can be considered as Parada Basma, which is an ingredient. Market samples, I have included few pictures along with the general, the pricing varies based on the, the platform through which we purchase, but generally just to know that what is the cost. So per tablet